We know that you might have some questions when it comes to navigating a home mortgage. And joining us today to help answer some of those questions is John Duke, a senior mortgage strategist from Union Home Mortgage. So John, welcome to Studio 10.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. All right, so let's talk with the home buying process, because a lot of people, might be a little bit intimidated.
Yep.
What's the best way that someone can get prepared to purchase a home?
I think number one, our buyers need to know what their budget is. Two is to know their credit score, what their credit history looks like, and most importantly, to sit down with a mortgage banking team just like myself and get pre-approved.
So those seem like easy steps, but for somebody that isn't familiar with the process, how do they start with knowing how much they can afford? Is there a calculation that kind of comes into play so they know and they don't start looking at houses that are way out of their budget?
We do have many tools, on our website. There's mortgage calculators. There's a bunch of mortgage calculators on the internet. But to really get the service that a buyer deserves and the answers that they need, they really need to reach out as early in the process as they can to get those answers. We've been in some changing environments recently economically.
Right.
Things have changed over the last 2 years. It's a highly competitive market right now. With a little bit lower inventory than we're used to. So getting as early into the process, getting that pre-approval with a local lender that has the relationships with the real estate market that we have can go a long way.
And local is important as part of this process.
It has become more and more important with winning the deal.
Okay.
To be able to offer the service and advice that we can on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, on the weekends when things are happening is incredibly important.
Well, what about people that are out there and maybe they've had some credit issues through the years? What can they do if they've got poor credit? Do you have tips for them?
Sure, absolutely. And we can discuss this, with our buyers very, very in depth. But the first thing I would say, know your credit score. The things that lead to credit score are the balances that you have proportionate to the amount that has been extended to you. So make sure that those balances are paid down. The rule of thumb has been 30% of an available balance on a credit card. Address any collections that you may have had in the past. Potentially get those paid off. A big thing with credit is having long relationships with our credit. The longer the relationship that has positive payments, the better.
All right. And you mentioned this is kind of a competitive, different kind of market. What can buyers do to stand out in this type of market?
Pre-approval, first and foremost. We're kind of beating a horse there, but pre-approval is ultimately the most important thing they can do initially. So they know that their affordability is at that time, number one. Number two, we like to make sure we're checking all the boxes. Try to be as know what your budget is, okay? Know what you can afford and be able to act quickly. Again, pre-approval, working with a local lender. Trying to make your offer stand out is really the key in a competitive market, and myself and my team can certainly help with that.
All right. Well, if someone wants to reach out and
Sure.
get more information and get some tips from you, how do they do that?
Well, they can reach me at my office number is 517-489-2337 or on the web at www.uhm.com/jduke.
All right. Well, we appreciate the information today.
Appreciate the opportunity.
And good
Thank you
luck
so
with
much.
those mortgages. Yes.
Thank you.
All right.
Union Home Mortgage.